Time forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Now from the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College and the East Alabama Bee Company. Here's Dr. Don.
Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. This is a special edition of our primetime forecast live on your Father's Day Friday morning. We have the possibility of severe weather to deal with today, especially this afternoon and into tonight and even into tomorrow. So we're going to give you a live update this morning. But first, before we get into the forecast, let me remind you to get in touch with Jamie Dukas. Jamie can save you hundreds of dollars on your personal and commercial insurance. All you have to do is scan the QR code you see on the screen, or you can click the link at the top of this video, or you can just simply give Jamie a call at 256-831-7770 to find out how much Jamie Dukas can save you with Alpha Insurance. Also, make sure you head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather and click that little bell so that when we go live to cover severe weather, you'll be guaranteed to get that push notification. There's a decent chance we may have to do that today, so it's very important. Facebook does not always give you a timely notification when we go live, so head over to our YouTube channel. It is free, doesn't cost anything, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that little bell. So here's the deal on your Father's Day: an enhanced risk of severe weather for a good chunk of Mississippi and Alabama. We're thinking probably from about Montgomery to the south, down into the southwest sections of Alabama, and certainly the Alabama Gulf Coast back over toward Panama City. It's going to be a close call for East Alabama. East Alabama will be in a slight risk for sure. So we're going to have to watch this really close this afternoon for some very strong thunderstorms. We're watching those cross over the Alabama-Mississippi state line at this hour. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm watch that's just been issued for southwest Alabama. Kind of anticipating that thing will probably be extended to the north and east as we go throughout the morning hours. And by the time we get to 12 or 1 o'clock this afternoon, I think parts of central Alabama will also be covered under this severe thunderstorm watch. We'll look at that here in just a few moments. Now, let's take a look at tomorrow's expected activity. And on Monday, I think the chance of severe weather will be there for tomorrow, but I don't think it will be quite as high as what we're looking at today, unless you're down in the Wiregrass area of southeast Alabama or southwest Georgia. I think the chance of severe weather will be at the highest down there tomorrow. And then looking at Tuesday, we're looking at a marginal risk of severe weather, again, basically from about Montgomery over to Columbus south, across South Alabama, and even over southern Georgia. So let's look at a couple of graphics from the National Weather Service. This is the severe storm possibilities for today from about noon through 7 p.m. And you can see that we have that slight risk category across the southwest sections of Alabama. And I don't think this graphic is it's probably about to be updated, and that enhanced risk will be shown there from about Montgomery south. But nonetheless, you know, when you've heard me say this before, weather and Mother Nature could care less about colors. Just know that there is a decent chance of strong to severe thunderstorms today across the state of Alabama. We're looking at damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour, and large hail will be possible. I think maybe the biggest threat here is going to be that large hail. But when you get those stones that big, and we're talking maybe stones of ping pong ball sized and larger, that's where the wind comes from. And the larger the hailstones, typically the more lightning output we see as well. So I think the hail is going to be what is going to be the driving force on these storms again today. And then as we look at tonight, there's that enhanced risk from Montgomery to the southwest. So yeah, all right, let me re-show that. So that's today. That's from about noon today through about 7 p.m. And then this picks up at around 9 p.m. tonight and goes through about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And we see that enhanced risk down there basically from about Clanton over to Wetumpka down to Eufaula south and west, and then that slight risk from that same area to the northeast up to about Roanoke down to around Valley and Lynette, and then just a marginal risk for our West Georgia counties. So that's tonight from 9 p.m. through 7 a.m. So we're looking at an overnight event here. I don't know that tornadoes will even be a possibility, but anytime you have a strong thunderstorm, you have to watch for that possibility, though they're not mentioning tornadoes in this particular graphic. And then as we look at Monday, there you go. Marginal risk across all of East Alabama and West Georgia. Got to head down into the Wiregrass regions of Southeast Alabama for that slight risk category on your Monday. We got something to talk about out in the tropics this morning as well. We are watching showers and thunderstorms as they continue to show signs of organization in association with a tropical wave located several hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. Environmental conditions appear conducive for additional development, and a tropical depression is likely to form over the next day or two. The system is expected to move westward at about 15 to 20 miles per hour across the eastern and central tropical Atlantic through the middle part of next week. And right now we're talking about in the next 48 hours, an 80% chance of development. And as we look out for 7 days, a 90% chance of development. And this is certainly situated in a location that is getting some attention this morning. So we'll have to watch and see what happens here. This could very well end up being our first event with a tropical system, or maybe even potentially worse. But that would most likely be sometime toward the end of next week before it started to affect the U.S. mainland. We'll keep an eye on that for you. So here are the current conditions, here are the current conditions from the East Alabama Bee Company in 5 Points, Alabama. Mr. Jeff Monroe. Currently, we have 67 degrees. The high temperature yesterday was 86. Cloudy skies at the moment. The wind is calm. Humidity is 97%. The barometric pressure, 29.90. No rain so far at the East Alabama Bee Company, but that is surely to change as we get into the afternoon and overnight hours. Sunrise this morning was at 5:31. Sunsets this evening at 7:53 p.m. So we're headed for 87. It's going to be a hot Father's Day for Roanoke, Alabama. Ashland will make it to 87. Lineville, Wedowee, Woodland, Ranburne all going to 87 this afternoon. Franklin tops out at 90. How about 90 over in LaGrange and 89 down in Auburn? It's going to be a stormy Father's Day afternoon, and that will continue through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. And there's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. There is a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms anytime after about noon today. And that 50% will be slowly increasing throughout the afternoon. And by the time we get into 7, 8, 9 o'clock this evening, we're going to be at about an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Again, some storms could be strong to severe. Large hail and damaging wind, and of course dangerous lightning will all be the main threats with these storms. 87 your high today. Tomorrow an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms. 80 will be your high. I don't think we see much sun today, and probably won't see any tomorrow either. On Tuesday, an 80% chance of rain, 82. Wednesday, a 70% chance, 76. It will cool off considerably by Wednesday. Thursday, a 60% chance of afternoon storms, 77. And then on Friday, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, 81 degrees. And I got to tell you, we're showing a decent chance of rain for Saturday and Sunday of next weekend as well. So a very wet, active, stormy pattern for at least the next 6 to 7 days for East Alabama. And so here we go with the Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar. And there you see the mess over in Mississippi. Let me first show you the watch boxes that we have. We have a severe thunderstorm watch down in southwest Alabama. That watch is in effect this Sunday until 8 p.m. this evening. So that is a little unusual. Typically, they only go for about 6 hours, but that watch is going all the way out till 8 p.m. this evening. So this is going to be a long duration event. And then we have that big watch box covering most of Mississippi as well. It would not surprise me to see a new severe thunderstorm watch posted, pretty much any time this morning, which would cover West Alabama, and then watches across East Alabama this afternoon look pretty likely at this time. So we zoom in a little closer on some of these storms, and you can see that's pretty nasty thunderstorm there about to cross into Alabama just to the west of Aliceville. So heads up Demopolis and Tuscaloosa, storms just off to your west, and then up in northwest Alabama. We have another strong thunderstorm near Tupelo. Heads up Red Bay, Russellville, and Haleyville. That'll be in there shortly. And then another thunderstorm up in extreme northern Mississippi that will be affecting the weather in Florence and maybe over toward Decatur and Athens in the next hour or so as well. So it's going to be potentially a stormy day today. We're going to be watching all this for you here on Dr. Don's Weather. And, of course, we will go live to give you full coverage if conditions warrant as we get into the heat of the afternoon. Looking at East Alabama and West Georgia for now, maybe a few sprinkles across Tallapoosa, Northern Chambers, and Randolph, but nothing of any great significance there at this time. Don't forget to follow us over on Twitter. It's at DSTREN1040. We broadcast all of our weather information on Twitter, just as we do on Facebook, YouTube, and at DrDonWX.com. That's our home on the World Wide Web. If you own a business and you would like to be a partner with us here on Dr. Don's Weather, all you have to do is send me a message on Messenger, and we can have you started by the time we do our very next weather forecast. We're watching this for you very closely, and again, we'll come back and bring you wall-to-wall coverage on your Father's Day Sunday. If conditions warrant, stay weather aware today, and we'll keep you updated on Dr. Don's Weather.